checked up, slowed down. You backed off. Further back in the field, Will gets rear-ended by Alexander Rossi. What was your viewpoint? What did you think? Did you think it was too slow?
Well, firstly, the rules have changed a lot this year because they were probably a bit lenient on jump starts and whatnot, people getting runs before green flag. So I guess my strategy all year in some ways has been to be as close as I can to the car in front, and most people are like that because you're just limiting the concertina effect that you have. So I was right up Joseph's gearbox. It's not up to me to review. It's a IndyCar thing. I think he restarted very late. Probably that was probably more the problem. I just wish we did a restart like we did on the last restart, because I think we potentially could have had a first, second, third for the team, or first, second, fourth. But it's not up to me to judge that. From my perspective, it just didn't need to happen. But I'm also not driving the 2 car, and no one else is but him. So ultimately, we all make decisions, and he thought that was the right restart to make. And it sucks for everyone behind us. He got the win. It doesn't really matter for him. But Will is crashed out, and a few others, and it sucks, I guess, for the spectacle at the end.
Prior to the next to last restart, you and Joseph were the only 2 cars on the lead lap. Were you going to have to pit again to make it the distance?
Yeah, I think the yellow actually helped us. I mean, we would have pitted, but I think Malukas and Power probably would have got us. So I would have been third and he would have been fourth. So it kind of would have been the same. So the yellow definitely saved us at the end. But yeah, I thought the racing was really good. First time in probably 2 years, the outside lane was actually working a ton. And I was up there like 60 laps, 80 laps into a stint and ripping it. And kudos to IndyCar. I think they brought a better package. And it's just when those speeds go up at the end, it's very hard to stay really tight to a car in front of you. And but I think we've made some really good changes, and that's a huge compliment to the series. That is all.
Chris DeHarde, where's the microphone? Sorry. Oh, Debbie, thank you, Chris.
Scott, after what we saw at Iowa, there were a lot of dooming, people saying, it was single lane. They had the Highline practice yesterday. How much truly did that Highline practice help you yesterday, and also having the Indy Next Cars race earlier today?
Well, we had Indy Next race at Iowa too, but I think it was more a package thing. What we brought here with more downforce and gives you that confidence, especially as the tyres get older, to get up there and the tyres aren't completely screwed, at the end of it. I think IndyCar has been working really hard to try and find a package. It's early days with the hybrid, and you're going to have those races where it's like a little bit, we might not have the spectacle that we probably had tonight. I thought it was, I had a blast out there tonight, so hopefully it looked good on TV. It's just all about bringing the right package, and I think they did that today, and we'll just continue to keep learning with the weight of the car and the hybrid and whatnot.
Do you think that a similar package like this should be brought to Milwaukee to kind of make the racing look like this a lot, or is it too different of a tracks to where it'll even make a difference?
Yeah, it's very different bitumen and whatnot, so I'm just the space between steering wheel and seat. Just drive the thing as fast as I can. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Something tells me there's more to it than that.
No, I don't get into the scientific stuff, Dave. It's up to other people.
Over 650 on-track passes in that race.
Yeah,
So
I think as well, starting the race later at night, I think it's always fun, like starting the race at like a night transition race. Cooler temps always provide, that better track, far passing, and I think last year was like close to 100 degrees, so it's hard.
Patrick?
Couple races in a row. Team Penske team members are not exactly getting along. I don't know if you saw that. Will said hello with a single finger to New
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
okay.
So,
All right.
So,
well, William does it a bit.
Okay. So how do you repair that, or do you need to repair that?
We're big boys. It is what it is. Just hot. You're hot under the collar. It's getting business at the end of the season. And we all know Will's he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and that's why we love him. But yeah, I think we'll just discuss and get on. We all three of us just we I guess, without sounding like an idiot or, excuse my language, wanker, we're all very good, and we're pushing each other to a very high level, and we want to be that guy. And I think they do. It's always going to get tight at different points, but we've just had an unfortunate situation the last couple of events. But after Toronto, me and Will were just fine, and I'm sure it'll be the same moving forward.
Do you get along better than we probably see from the outside?
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of stories in the media that just tweets or whatever. Just because we aren't doing Bus Bros anymore doesn't mean we hate each other. It's just our lives have gone one way, and that's just how it is. It's got busy in my life too. My wife's pregnant, and we're expecting, so I haven't got enough time to just be a silly bugger all the time. But I had some fun, and we have some really good fun internally. I think what people don't see is all the engineers and behind the scenes working together, making sure we have really good packages. We try different things. We talk about it at the end of each practice day. We have a really good camaraderie in there between not only the drivers but engineers and team management. So, but we all want to win, and the best thing about Team Penske is they let us race. It could be just team orders and you just fall in behind, but they let us race for the win, and I think everyone should appreciate that. It's not just a Felipe Massa or Fernando Alonso Ferrari moment from 08. It's legit racing.
Anyone else in person? We got time. David Turner. David Turner's Racing World. What time is it where you are, David?
It's early.
Oh, it's reasonable here. It's 1:45 in the afternoon. It's
Yeah.
quite pleasant, and I quite like these races.
There we go. Go ahead with Scott McLaughlin.
Thanks very much, Dave. Great to be back again and see you guys and be there in a few weeks' time for the final race of the season as well. Scott, my question for you really, or a couple of questions for you. What was the transition like once the sun started going down in terms of visibility and things like that?
I went against what my helmet preparer guy said, and he said I should run a tinted visor with a clear visor with a tinted tear off. I said, no, we'll be right, let's go full tint. And then by the end of the race, it was dark, and I had a full tint visor, so that wasn't ideal. But the vision was fantastic. The lights here are awesome. I think finishing under lights is always a spectacle as well.
Just carrying on with that, does it make that much of a difference when you go to the clear visor? Like for the people who obviously are not in the car like you guys are, just what's that experience like?
It's like running 195 mile an hour with your sunglasses on in the dark. And then you go to your glasses and you're fine. That's exactly that.
And you touched on it just slightly before. It'd be nice to see some more night races in the season, wouldn't it? Like they certainly bring a different spectacle to. I'm not putting down the day races at all, but the night races bring something quite special. The way the cars look, and then for you guys, the changing in temperatures and things.
Yeah, I think this twilight race is awesome. I think it's great temps for the fans as well. You got to think of the people in the stands, and it's all ultimately it's all governed by TV and whatnot. But ultimately, I think with our new deal next year, I think there's a lot of things open on the table, which we're all very excited about different start times and whatnot. And and I think we're really excited to work with them in the future.
Well, it's great to see you back on the podium again. Look forward to catching up with you in a few weeks as well. Big
Thanks,
run
man.
now to the end with these races. It's back to back almost for you.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for joining us,
Thank
David.
you.
Anyone else in person before we wrap up with Scott? All right, safe travels.
Kevin Nix with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.